Lawin Media Network,
bringing to you the most relevant content across all platforms.
business, legal, politics, health, lifestyle, and entertainment.
Your source for all the news and updates in the greater Houston community from Texas and all over the world.
Get informed and empowered with Lawin Media Network.
The following program is produced by Lawin Media Network. The views and opinions expressed in this program are solely those of the individuals appearing on the show and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of Lawin Media Network, its affiliates, sponsors, or partners. The content provided in this program is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. Lawin Media Network does not guarantee the accuracy, completeness, or timeliness of the information.
Alright, good evening everyone and magandang umaga sa inyong lahat sa Pilipinas. Welcome to our 8th episode of Season 3 of Be Bold, Why Not? And you are watching us live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch.Lawin.live, and of course, stream.Lawin.live. And oh my gosh, I am so happy. I'm just so grateful that we have our original co-host of Be Bold, Atala, as my guest for tonight. Oh yes. Could you imagine that we've actually been a year? Like this episode, technically Be Bold has been existing for a year. And in the beginning, it was a little bit of struggle and there were some challenges, but here we are, we're still standing, and it's all because of our viewers. Thank you so much for supporting us all this time, and as we have assured you and promised you every season, we're gonna make it better. You know, anything that you start, there's gonna be challenges, but with God's help and with the help of all the people that have made this show possible, like Lawin Media Network, our technical director, Christian Toledo, he's always here to support us, our CEO and COO, and Attorney Eileen Dizon and Attorney Orly Dizon. Oh my God, thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to be here with you in this show, Be Bold, because we've been bold enough to take on this mission of empowering and inspiring people and motivating, helping you in your journey of life, that we can help you get through life in a better way. And that's what this show is all about, right, Atala? Especially tonight, you'll be inspired by Atala's story. What a better way to celebrate Be Bold's 1-year anniversary, right?
Well, I can tell you I felt so connected with the title, now more than ever. I really believe that life is about taking those decisions, making it happen, but also moving in faith. Whatever we're going through in life, it's about really moving forward, taking the step forward, because that's where you're going to go to your next destination. And people will come into your life to help you. You don't have to do it alone, but of course, you have to take those bold decisions to say, I can do it,
Yes, but if you missed the live show, don't forget, we have some podcasts. Atala, you gotta start working now as our co-host for tonight. What are those podcast platforms that they can listen to us?
Well, from? That's really nice. I told you, I need to get connected with so many new things, And of course, they can find us in Player FM, Hard Radio, Podcast Addict, Pocket Cast, Podchaser, Spotify, Amazon podcast, between so many things. I mean, it's
Yeah,
like you guys have grown a lot, you know.
Google Podcast too, and iHeartRadio. So there's a lot of platforms that you can watch us or listen to with for We Bold Why Not. And of course, as we always do every show, we have a game. And how you win the game, it's gonna be based on how much you participate in the comment section of our Facebook and YouTube. So again, the more comments you have, the more chances of you winning. And for tonight, we actually have, or we're gonna draw two winners, because our winner last week, Miss Rachel Medina, thank you, Rachel, is very generous and she donated her prize. So we're gonna draw two winners tonight. So for all our viewers, make sure to make your comments. If you have any questions or even just shout outs, feel free to do so. So you will be able to win a prize tonight. So Atala, let's go back. So in this very same room about a year ago,
That's right.
yes, we were sitting, and it was so funny because it was Christian was actually asking the questions, but he wasn't shown in the video, and you were just answering the questions, right?
It's just amazing. Let me tell you something before we start.
Yeah.
I am so happy to know how you have evolved, because I can see that passion, that natural talent that you have for communicating, and I think that's just coming from not just your purpose, but also from the heart. When you do things from the heart, every result will be even better.
Mm-hmm.
It comes naturally, and I can see that. I can feel that. I'm here right now. I say, okay, should I co-host? No, now I'm the interviewer, so it doesn't matter.
No, we're
This is
both
about
hosting
sharing,
tonight. Yes,
sharing life.
Yes, we are going to share our journey for the past year being here at Be Bold. And our season theme is Lead with Passion, right? And as I've always been saying, like every episode since we started the season, for you to become a leader, it doesn't have to be a person in position, a person in power. You could just be a leader of your own life. And what is so timing of this episode is that Atala, actually, what better way of showing your leadership, your stewardship of your own life, when you give up everything and you just take that leap of faith. So that is leading your life, living in your own terms. So that is leading with passion. And I am just so amazed how Atala took that bold step. Because I know, how many years were you at St. Luke's, Atala?
I was 16 years. 16 years serving people. I love my job. Don't take me wrong. I love the connection with the patient, their families, the staff, my team. But I always felt that God prepared me for something bigger. And I believe about trusting, Him before than anything else, moving in faith, and actually moving forward to your vision. Because when you have a vision, there is a purpose right there. But you must be obedient. You must take the risk. You must move forward. And you don't need to know exactly how everything is going to be organized and orchestrated. Definitely, it was a bold decision. Many people ask me, "Are you crazy? You were crazy. I mean, you left everything." Say, no. I know that I am in the right path. I believe that I have a higher purpose now that I can share with the world. And I believe that that journey has been amazing. A lot of challenges, of course, but a lot of growth. And you need to grow. You need to, embrace that discomfort to make things possible and to continue moving with faith. More than anything else, I could say that.
Yes, and that only shows, our greatest leader in this world, in this earth, in this universe is God. So you are never going to go wrong when you follow God's leading in your life, right?
I believe so. I think that He really has surprised me in many ways all my life, but especially in this journey, because I will tell you, NJ, from 6 months from now, I think I have grown personally, emotionally, spiritually. I mean, I would say that. And in many ways, I believe that He has placed me several people in many places, actually in the world, in where they have actually poured out into me, the love, compassion, all the 7 core values that I always talk about it, and say now more than ever, I have a clear idea, crystal clear, that purpose is going to be according to His will, but it has been a journey of discovering, self-discovering as well.
Yeah, self-discovery. And you were at St. Luke's for 16 years. I was at St. Luke's for almost 12. So you left St. Luke's to follow your heart, to follow your passion. You traveled into multiple countries after that. You took that big leap of faith. For me, I was comfortable at St. Luke's for about 12 years. But the slave like you, I left St. Luke's after almost 12 years. When you are in your comfort zone, you feel like there's no growth anymore. Yes, it's good. The job is good. It's not much. Like, I'm not saying the job is easy, but you just are in your comfort zone and you feel everything is okay, right? But then there's something that's kind of like missing. It's like you're looking for some growth, not just professionally, but personally. So that's why sometimes we just need to take that leap of faith. And I did. So now I'm with MD Anderson Cancer Center, MD Anderson, the #1 cancer center in the world. So I'm so grateful that I was able to also get out of my comfort zone and take a bold step, just like what you did. So, all right. So I know it's like, I know when you're enjoying what you're talking about, you're just sharing these things, it's like it just makes the time go by so fast. So I guess we're going to go for a short break. And when we come back, we'll read some of the comments. See you in a bit.
Salamat po, Bibold. Why not? Happy anniversary. God bless.
Good evening, Bibold. Thank you for always sharing with us different life stories. You know that every episode is a must-watch.
All right, thank you so much. Yes, thank you, Mark, and thank you. I think it was Ruby Vergara. Thank you so much for those wonderful words. And we have some comments for tonight. We have Geraldine. Good evening, Texas. Watching from the Philippines. And then we have Josephine Abalos watching from Pangasinan. Thank you, Josephine. And of course, Edward De Seco. Hi, good morning po. Watching again from V Mapa, Santa Mesa, Manila. Magandang umaga po. Magandang umaga. And then of course, Mark Carlo De Seco, good evening. Happy anniversary. Watching from Posurubio, Pangasinan. And of course, Josephine Abalos, shout out to the Abalos family. Shout out po. And then we have Maricar, good evening. And good morning po. Okay, good morning.
It's okay with that difference of hours, I always try to also share it with some friends that they have in Italy and in other countries and say, oh my God, it's going to be like I say, no worries. You guys can connect later, and enjoy the program as well.
Yes, so Atala, I'm so excited. I know I've always wanted to go to another country other than the Philippines. Of course, I always love going back home, but one of the places that I know it's most traveled is Italy. And was that your first stop?
No, well, actually, yes, it was my first stop
Okay,
Italy.
okay. So how was the experience?
It was beautiful. I mean, beautiful. I had been there before. I studied many years ago in Florence, but this time was different because I was really exposed to the culture, living with friends, with our families, really kind of exposed to even like how they're cooked, that was amazing. I fall in love with cooking by just see them, but appreciate it from different level, the delicatessen, like everything is so like artistic. It was like, opened my eyes to that cultural sensitivity I mean, to embrace it in a higher level. And I felt honestly like I was at home. I mean, people were very friendly, very, they treat me like a family. I couldn't say anything, any other thing. I appreciate every single conversation, every single place that I visit. Mountains and then lakes, and then like also being close to the beach, running there every single morning. It was just unbelievable experience. I will know. I don't have words. Like I'm still just kind of digesting every single opportunity that I have that God gave me to connect with people, to share stories, to listen to so many stories, but also to visit the beautiful places.
How long did you stay in Italy?
Italy was like almost was like 2 months in different.
Wow.
First month Italy, and then when I went to Greece, and then I went back to Italy, and I traveled to different cities there.
Okay, so other than enjoying the food, enjoying like friends and family in Italy, what else did you have the chance to do there that kind of helped you, as you said, leave your passion and that God led you to do in Italy? What are those things?
That's amazing. It's an amazing question because you know what I did literally? I connect with people. I was in a coffee place, I was connecting with people. I was in a studio, I was connecting with people. I was with friends and they were introducing me with other friends of them to listen to their stories, to help them because they were going through different life transitions, difficult ones. So I was actually doing my coaching in a very different way. So for me, it was like sharing my methodology, helping them. I got testimonials when they say, you know what, my son was not able to sleep in many, many, many months. Now, thank you, because he was able to sleep. Or somebody else, I was feeling so like a block. I was going through this life transition, and now I have more clarity. And I have testimonials that to me was like, that's beautiful, because my purpose, when you have a purpose, you can share with no matter where you are, what person is in front of you, and you have to be able to be open to listen and connect. So that was an amazing experience. That's what I was doing.
Yeah. So can you share us some of those methodologies that you shared to them? So
of course,
our viewers who are watching us or listening to us would be able to use it and utilize these tools that will help them with their mental, emotional, and spiritual struggles.
Definitely, one of the things that I always share with them, like no matter what is the transition that you're going, it could be a divorce, it could be, an illness, a loss of a loved one, maybe you are in bankrupt, maybe you are traveling, and start your life in another country, or you are disconnecting with your own essence, as a person, or maybe you're having problems with your kids, whatever is this, I can tell you something. 7 elements that I have been using for many, many, many years, 16 years in the hospital, in my personal life, that has helped me to overcome difficult crisis, is number 1, love. Why? Because when you start cultivating love, into your mind, into your heart, it will automatically and naturally, it will represent in your actions. That love has the higher level of energy. And that's amazing because as soon as you start moving in love, you start healing. You start moving with more that kind of compassion as well, And we all need love, self-love, the way that you treat yourself, the way that you speak to yourself. That's going to represent also the way that you treat others as well. And I was sharing this, of course, in a deep level. Doing with exercises, helping them to see that maybe they were missing that beautiful, beautiful value that is inside of us, and we need to cultivate it even more. Number 2, gratitude, because even though in difficult moments, there is always something that we can, we can find blessings, gifts, opportunities, people come into our life, and it's changing the way that we're seeing the problem. Sometimes we focus in the problem and we forgot about all the blessings in the middle of that situation. Number 3 is compassion. I really believe that we need to be more compassionate with ourselves. We need to be more compassionate with maybe your partner, your kids, maybe your staff. When you start really, really moving in these values, you start, making true connections, human connections. And that's what we all need. We need to connect with ourselves, and we need to be able to connect with the world. Why? Because when you start really being more, not just true to yourself, but also you start embracing these values, you're going to see how the healing starts, the connection starts, the trust starts as well, but also you're going to liberate, your problems, less cortisol, more serotonin, more dopamine, more productivity. You're going to sleep better at night. You're going to have better digestion. You're going to build healthier relationships.
Yeah, so let's recap those 3 things so they can remember. Okay, love first. It's very true. And they say sometimes people say, oh, self-love is selfish, but that's not true. I think we've emphasized it enough that self-love or self-care is not selfish, because you got to take care of yourself so you're able to take care of other people. Because imagine if you don't take care of yourself and you yourself have issues, how can you give love if you don't have it? You can't give what you don't have, right?
Of course.
Yes. And then gratitude is really, really very powerful, because it's true. No matter what we're going through in life, you just open your eyes, look at a wider horizon in life, and you can see that there's so much to be thankful of. Sometimes we complain about life because we're having some struggles, but we don't realize how much more other people have struggles. And these struggles actually make us better people, because we can share. If you experience some struggles in life and you learn some lessons, you can share it and you can help that person that is going through the same struggle as you. So we gotta be grateful. It's true. Love, gratitude, compassion, it elevates our energy.
Totally.
Yes.
That's something that people say, I don't have energy. You don't need to take that pill. You just need to cultivate, as I say, 7 core values that when you start embracing them, your energy actually goes high, really high, and you feel productive and energized, and you start having that kind of creativity that will help you to even find solutions.
Yes, and when your energy is high, there are 2 things. When you have a high energy, either high or low, your vibration is affected.
That's true.
Meaning the vibration, you attract more positive things. If you are having a high energy and you're operating at a higher level of vibration, at a higher agency.
So true. In the past, I will tell you this. When I started, actually, I remind that happened at St. Luke's. When I started, I promised myself, in 1 month, I'm going to just act in love, thoughts, word, and actions. But I didn't just because I wanted to try. And I remember I was going through so many challenges because people were passing away. I had to really take care of them, their families. I just started. And somebody told me, oh my goodness, you have such a high energy. And then now, just by just looking back my life and all those things, say, yes, when you're moving in love, that's going to give you the highest level of energy.
It's very true. And I can relate to what you were saying about those patients, right? Because I took on a job where it's called supportive or palliative care, where you guide patients and their families with end-of-life issues and taking care of their symptoms and all that. And people sometimes ask me, how do you do that? I mean, it's tough, it's true. But then if you are operating out of love and compassion and authenticity, I mean, it just flows. I don't know how I do it, to be honest, but I think because I have faith and I believe in God's leading in my life as well, it just comes out. For some reason, I didn't realize. I even had a patient who told me, because we wear masks. We wear masks in the hospital, right? So I was talking to this patient and he told me, or she said, has anybody ever told you you have very honest eyes?
Beautiful.
I mean, it's like, wow. I mean, the first time I've ever heard being said, right? But it's very true. Love, gratitude, compassion.
I can share you more.
Yeah, but we have more. We just wanted to break it down so you all can, simulate it. You can digest it.
And
you
think
can
about what you need the most.
Yes.
You may not need, maybe compassion, but maybe you need to cultivate gratitude in your heart and in your mind and in your words and your daily activities, or maybe with your kids, or maybe with your colleagues, or maybe in your business. It's so many things. Believe me, these values I haven't applied in business and life.
Oh yes,
but
yes.
It's just they go together.
They do, and even if you start with one,
that's right.
Everything follows. Just love. We all know love is the greatest. What's that song? The greatest love of all.
I love.
Or all I need is love. Yeah. If you operate just on love, you can start on that, and every possible feeling will follow, because love is the foundation of everything. Anyway, we're gonna go again on another break, and we will be back.
How to join the game. 1. Watch the live show and listen to the conversation. 2. Participate and share your experiences on the topic during the live show. 3. Type your thoughts or experience via comment section. 4. All participants are eligible to win a prize. 5. The more you comment, the greater your chances of winning. 6. We will use Wheel of Names to determine the
All right.
We're back now.
We're back now.
Time is flying, MJ, and I'm enjoying so much this program.
Oh, thank you, Atala. And really, I'm just so elated. I'm like in cloud nine because you're here. Oh my goodness. So let's continue on. After love, gratitude, and compassion, what are the other values?
I will tell you, another important value is going to be, of course, empathy. It's like I can feel your pain. I'm here for you. How can I help you? That value to me is so powerful because, sometimes friends come to you, share their problems, their struggles. And when you're listening, you're becoming really like, I'm here for you. How can I help you? When you are in a, medical field and you're listening to their patient, to your patients, to your colleagues, to the doctors, that's also you're showing your empathy. And that's connection, that kind of break the ice between two people and start connecting and then start develop trust.
Yeah, and let me piggyback that, because I also recently I listened or actually joined this Thrive as an Empath. Did you know that if you're an empath, it's actually a gift? Because when you're an empath, you kind of like feel the vibration of other people. You feel it when they're sad, you feel it when they're joyful. You just feel it. It's like, isn't it, we have this saying, you have to put yourself into other shoes, and that's what you need, and that's how an empath operates. That's why if you're able to empathize with others' sufferings and struggles and all that, that is a good thing. That's a good sign, because you can relate. But you have also to manage it, because if you get so attached to the situation or attached to the person,
you cannot actually help them.
Yeah.
I mean, that's your goal, to help them.
Yeah.
To maybe, call, I mean, I don't know, like per se something. I'm thinking about, if in the medical field, if you want to help a patient to overcome, those fears, you have to also be able to deal with emotional intelligence, like how can I help them the most? I feel his pain and I'm here for this person. But I also need to know how to, put a little kind of a line between, not because you are not feeling the pain or you don't want to help, but it's because you want to serve to a higher level.
And you want to be able to function.
Exactly.
Yeah, to function from a perspective where you are actually helping, not just suffering with the person, or suffering with the patient, or suffering in the situation. That's why you have to have that limit, that boundary of being an empath.
And let me ask you something, sorry for interrupt you. Also, for example, if you're in business field, and maybe you have your staff, your colleagues, also sometimes they have some problems, sometimes they have some, life situations. We should be more connected in the human level. Using these values, they will help you to actually listen more, connect more, help more, but also that staff member, that colleague, that business partner, going to feel more part of the company, part of the, like I'm being heard. She's really helping me. She's considering me like a human being, which is so important in any field, no matter if we're in the healthcare industry or we are in, maybe a car industry, doesn't matter, with our own families as well. Think about where do you need to apply these values.
Yeah,
business,
especially
life.
Especially as a leader. You know what? If you are a leader who have that great relationship with your subordinates or with your followers, I think you have more respect.
Yes.
If I've heard, so for you, I mean, we've encountered a lot of people in our lives who are leaders, but there are things that you cannot just follow blindly somebody without actually having that respect. But it depends on what kind of leadership and what kind of, following they want you to do.
Yes, definitely. And if you think about it, I utilize this also core values in leadership, because you don't want a person to just follow because that person is, ordering certain things, but it's because it's connecting with you at a human level and has been show you his empathy, his compassion, his gratitude when you do something really good, but also his love. I think sometimes, more in these days, we become very pragmatic, automatic, But every field, I really believe there has to be a little bit reshaping in a way that when we embrace these values, we're going to see benefits in relationships, in our well-being, in our health as well. And I think the world needs more of this.
Yeah, and life is all about really growing each day. There's no perfect situation. There's no perfect person. Nobody's perfect except Jesus Christ. So we are here to learn and master this journey. So as we leave and as we approach the final destination, which we all are going to go there, we know that we have left, or we have at least impacted other people and left a legacy where love, compassion, gratitude, and connection actually evolve or like exist. That's what I mean. So what's the next one?
The next one is going to be kindness.
Oh, I love that.
Yes, because a little gesture of kindness can open doors. Sometimes you don't even know what is the person going through, and sometimes, just as we always say, yes, a simple smile. But you know what? I remember right now, one person was at the elevator one day, and I just decided to just listen to her for a few minutes, just a few minutes. Great connection. But also sometimes I was like at that moment, oh, maybe I can help her. She's saying like she doesn't know what to do. What happened is while she was going through something very, very difficult at that moment. But what I'm saying is about being kind with your words, with your actions. Not just bring a coffee, which is beautiful, but just be present sometimes. Kindness is powerful, and also create connections and open doors and build trust. So also it's going to make you feel even better. And all these values help you, not just physically, but emotionally as well.
Yes, and kindness goes a long, long way. Even just affecting one person, no matter if that person is a friend, a family, or a stranger, that act of kindness can actually grow into, or it can be a ripple effect. Like that person that you gave kindness to can do it to another person, and that person can do it to another person. You are changing lives. You never know. It's the power. It's the power of one act of kindness.
And you know what, AJ? Yeah. Sorry, and I wanted to just mention this. If you start really embracing these values in your family, within your family, with your kids, with your husband, think about also how that relationship is going to grow. It's going to be healthier. It's going to be even stronger. We want to start by sharing these values with our own families, I think. And from there, we can continue sharing in the business, with your staff, as I say, just with the world. I believe that this is about time to just encourage each other to a higher level. In that way, we can see people more healthy, more productive, with a more clear mind, because at the end of the day, in this world now, it's a lot of things going on, a lot of crisis, a lot of panic attacks, a lot of depression, anxiety, and you name it. And this is why I'm so eager to share these values, because I know that they work and they are free. They don't have any negative side effect, and it will help ourselves to have a better life, but also healthier life.
And you are impacting other people's lives. So when you were in Italy, you were actually giving your service for free to friends and even strangers.
Yes, because to me it was like I'm here. They are giving me so much love. They are welcoming me in their places, in their houses, with their families, introducing me with friends. Why no? And they were asking me like, hey, Atala, could you please talk to somebody? Could you please, can I introduce you with this person? And I was always saying yes. I also was able to give a session to a designer there, to a lawyer, to you name it, And I'm so happy because they don't know me. But when I'm able to share what I really believe, and it's coming from my heart for the best intentions, it doesn't matter the language, the culture, the social class, the status. What matters is the connection. I am so eager about building these values, sharing with the world, because I want people to understand that we all have difficult situations that we can be able to heal emotionally, that we can live healthier, and that we can build healthier relationships as well. So yes, that's exactly what happened. And it was a fascinating journey. Sometimes I was running, and after my running, I was like just approaching to people, sharing my, my Atala, blah, 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 and the slogan that I have. And all these are because I really believe that humanity needs to be, I love humanity, period. That's what I wanted to say.
Wow, that is so amazing. What better way of showing love and kindness to others than giving a service like this, right? Well, we have some comments. Let me just read a couple of them from Ruby Vergara. Good evening, Texas. Happy anniversary. Thank you so much, Ruby. And of course, we have Rochelle De Seco. Happy anniversary, Be Bold! Yes, maraming salamat sa inyong lahat. You know, if not because of you, we wouldn't be here after a year, right? So we're going to be here because we want to inspire and empower more people. I know that maybe what we're doing for others is like it's nothing, but I know that there are some people out there that even in just a little minute way that are learning from our stories.
That's right.
Yes, because we don't want to just be listening and watching to negative news.
And
what we
you
need.
just mentioned something
Yeah.
very important.
Yeah.
You know? I have something that I say stories, which I love what you just mentioned, because we all have stories. You know, our life is full of stories, maybe sometimes very difficult ones, and maybe many beautiful as well. But the most important that I have learned is to select what you have learned from your own story.
Mhm.
And if the story that you have telling to yourself doesn't help you to improve as a human being, you can always reframe that story. Not because you are ignoring what happened to you, but because you have growth. So I have come to the conclusion that life is full of trials, yes,
Oh, yes,
you know,
definitely.
challenges, but also I can learn from each one of them. And that lesson, it will always going to help me to become better, to become wiser, because we have been able to extract, or I have been able to learn that by selecting what I want to learn, that's gave me the tools that I will need to serve humanity to a higher level.
Yeah, and that is exactly right. Because I've heard from one of the people that I've been listening to that in fact the bigger the failure, the bigger is the lesson. And I think it's kind of like that. It's not exactly the same way, but I think I heard that from Tony Robbins. Yes, that's what he said. Because, you know, I've been listening to these different podcasts as well, because for some reason at my age, I really want to grow more. I mean, I feel like I have so much to learn. I know I've learned with my first 52 years of life, I've been through a lot. I've learned so many things, but you know, growth, we never stop. If you're not growing, then it's like we're dead, right?
Yes, and
Yes, so-
something else.
Yeah.
You don't take that leap of faith about you want to do something, change your job, you know, like I did, or maybe start your business, or maybe, you know, move to another country, or just, start a new relationship. Give yourself the opportunity to start a new relationship. You must take an initiative. You must take the first step, because I can guarantee you, once you start just moving forward, you start creating a muscle. You start kind of feeling like I can do it, and then I go for more and more and more. So it's about taking that leap of faith, believing that God has a purpose for you, wherever He's going to place you. You know, sometimes He's going to remove you from one country and He's going to send you to another one, and He's going to shut down your connections, like happened to me with my telephone for 6 months.
Well, how did you survive that? I mean, nowadays, you know how people, they probably hold their phones like 1,000 times a day. I mean, I know that's exaggeration, but I want to know, how did you handle?
It was at the beginning kind of problematic, honestly speaking. I went to 5 different stores in Italy, and it was chaos. But then, you know what I said, what else can I do? I mean, I need to be, I like to enjoy the moment. I like to enjoy the present. So maybe this is a lesson, you know. It is very important, of course, to make the connections, to say I'm doing fine, all those things, but you have to be creative also and appreciative for the present moment. So becoming very mindful for me was like, you cannot do anything, don't worry anymore, be present. Start recreating your life here and making new connections. So I was like, now it's time to reconnect with people, yes, that they don't know me, or connect with people that they don't know me. It's time for me to be present, to enjoy this beautiful moment, you know, and to practically know that technology is very important, but I don't want to be disconnected from myself, from the present, for the opportunities that I was embracing at that moment. So I create different kind of mindset. It was not easy, but it was something that I learned, you know, and at the end of the day, this is life. You have to be prepared for, those kind of unknown moments and circumstances.
Wow, that is so beautiful. Yes. you had that opportunity to actually just focus on yourself and on the moment and the people that were surrounding you and enjoying. So anyway, we are being carried away so much with our beautiful conversation, but we have to go on a break and we will be back.
Join us for a captivating new series where Lawin sits down with the trailblazers of the music and entertainment world. Discover the stories behind the faces and voices that shape our culture and community.
We will bring you exclusive interviews with industry legends and rising stars. Behind the scenes insights and get a peek into the creative processes and personal journeys. Artists and performers and their upcoming shows and events.
Stay tuned for more updates and sneak peeks. Follow us on social media and subscribe to our channel.
Hello, we're back. And oh my goodness, we're in the final segment of the show and we have a few more comments to read from Rochelle 𝙒𝙚𝙘𝙚. Happy anniversary, Be Bold. And from Evangeline Concepcion, my mother-in-law. Hello, Nai. Thank you for watching. And she says, good morning with heart and flower emojis. And again, from another regular viewer of our show, we have, oh, Rochelle, yeah, happy anniversary, people. Why not? More episodes to come. Correct ka dyan, Rochelle. So abangan nyo po. We're not going anywhere. Right. So, oh my Atala. What
full of surprises.
Yes, what a beautiful experience. Wow, in a foreign country, you built friendships, you built relationships, you've touched people's lives. What else can you ask for?
They touched my life in many ways, and I'm continuing in touch with some of them, and most of them. And you know what is the beauty? When they connect with a video and say, Atala, we are all here. Where are you? You know, Atala, we're having dinner. To me, this is our last relationships. Mm-hmm. And I was at the beginning of the program sharing with you that I was able to see people from 16 years ago, you know. Mm-hmm. And my surprise was that when I was there in Italy and they went to pick me up and they went to, you know, they opened the doors of their houses or their businesses. And I was just feeling like, wow, this is a gift from God. Relationships last forever. Relationships matter. Mm-hmm. And when you truly do things with love, it will open doors for you. You never know when that blessing is coming. But I can tell you, MJ, that to me, that was the biggest blessing this year about connecting with people at very deep level, listening to their stories, helping them with their, you know, their situations, sharing my methodology and say, I know God has a purpose. That's what I decided to go, take that leap of faith. Honestly speaking, every single day, I'm just decide like, I want him to lead my life because he knows why, how I want to go to the next level, how he's placing me more people in my life. And also he knows why we have to also go through difficult times because not everything is like traveling and there was amazing, but also there were some other journeys as well, right?
Yeah.
So we must go through those journeys to grow because he's deposited what we needed to serve more people.
Oh my Lord. Yes, thank you, Lord, for Atala, for her journey in Italy, in Greece, and then in Mexico. That's you right. know, I also want to share, because last night, I love people. I don't know, I love relationships too. I just enjoy being around people, especially my friends, my family. And you know, last night we were all laughing. We have this group of friends. We are considered like family. We call our group Lubbock family because we all came from Lubbock. Our kids grew up together. We have children who are of the same ages, and a lot of them are already adults and all that. And we were planning last night, we were laughing because like when we retire, we are, I mean, it's so funny. We were thinking of creating like a Lubbock nursing compound, like a compound, like a, you know, that we're all going to stay together. We're going to build our own little houses
But
and then
why
we're
is
gonna have
crazy? I think that makes sense.
yeah, we're gonna take care of each other, and we're gonna just enjoy life and enjoy our retirement. Wow, God is so good. I know we're just dreaming. Your dreaming is free, so you can do it.
I can tell you
have to-
something from a dream. I mean,
Yeah.
things that are happening. I mean, that's a vision, and then you connect with the right emotions, and you start unleashing your inner motivation. That will lead you to take a step forward.
Yes.
So I will see you most probably there. You never know.
Yeah, we were like, wow, we are like, okay, we need to buy like maybe a 5-acre lot, maybe 1 acre for each family, and we'll just build a little house, and then we'll just have a little driveway beside the house, and we're gonna have a common area where we're gonna have like, oh my, it was so amazing where we were planning. And you were right, Atala is right. When you start imagining and thinking things, and it will manifest, it will start to manifest in your life, and then things will happen according to God's plan. Because if it's not God's plan in your life, it's not going to happen.
It's so true. You know,
it's
sometimes,
not happen.
you know, I know that everybody has different conscious of level, you know, about your faith, about your purpose, about making decisions, taking those kind of, risks in your life. But at the end of the day, I have seen in my life and in the life of many, many people, you know, about embracing, and I wanted to share this next value, which is about faith.
Yes.
That faith moves mountains. Faith can help you to intercede to other people, for your loved ones, for patients, for people who cross your path. You know, it's unbelievable. And that muscle, I think that is worth it to exercise it, because you're going to be surprised about, with your faith, truly, miracles happen. And I have seen that. Sometimes it doesn't have to happen in your own life, but by observing others people's life, your faith can grow as well.
To me, because I am also a person of faith, and no matter what faith or belief you have, I know all of us have some degree of believing into something or someone higher than ourselves. And to me, I am also that person who believes in God, and I believe in the Lord Jesus Christ. And I believe that every single one's life here is a miracle. We are all a miracle. Who would think that we are not a miracle, right? Imagine just from the very moment you were conceived in your mother's womb. Imagine that. That is a miracle of life. So I don't know, if you don't have that kind of faith and belief about miracle, then I don't know what else would you consider a miracle.
You know, many things happen.
It gives me goosebumps just talking about it. We go through so many struggles in life. Just when we come out of our mother's wombs, we come out naked. Our lungs are not expanded. Our heart starts beating out of from 9 months of being inside your mother's womb, and you come out healthy, and you start crying, and your mom just feels the love, the connection of a mother to a baby. That is a miracle.
It's a power. It's like a
so
we take it for granted because it happened, but in reality it's a process. You know, that is it's like a miracle. It's like something that's like, wow, how that could be possible. But also think about how many times I'm sure you have seen this at work. You know, miracles, diagnoses that changed, critical. Conditions of patients, and sometimes, and suddenly, the person is healed, you know, and it was a process. And then even for science, you know, for doctors, I can't believe this is literally a miracle. So what I'm saying, faith is something that you have to apply in your personal life, in your business, because sometimes you're going to struggle, you know, resilience, but it needs faith, determination, courage.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I can tell you a story. We have a friend in Lubbock, Texas. You know, he had a gunshot wound in his head, that was many years ago. I think it's been probably around 10 to 12 years that this happened. And all the doctors said that he didn't have a chance. And we all gathered in our church and prayed for him. And he's still alive and kicking. So yes, miracles happen if you have that faith in you that life is gonna happen just like what has God has planned for your life. It's gonna happen. No matter what struggles or hardships or hurdles you have to go through, they are all part. And even just learning from an experience, that's a miracle, because you could have fallen into the trap of just, sulking there and just taking things negatively if you did come out of faith. And that,
most of the time also, you can also actually share your faith, with your loved ones, with your friends, with your colleagues, because it's powerful. When sometimes you have somebody who is ill at home, and you really act in faith, I can guarantee you miracles happen.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I don't know, but I feel like tonight we don't have enough time, but we just want to recap these different values that we talked about tonight: love, gratitude, compassion, kindness, faith, empathy,
and the last one, very important, forgiveness.
Oh, wow.
That's so powerful, and that's the one who actually liberates you, from the past, for the pain, for that kind of frustration, that anger that is actually blocking in many ways our lives. So once that you start really making that bold decision also to forgive somebody, to forgive yourself for past mistakes, you're going to feel differently. And you're going to feel like your life has a purpose. And that also you can see that person that maybe hurt you in the past because was not consciously. That was not having that consciousness. And you're going to feel like, I can interact. I can keep going moving, I can feel more productive. I can feel more happy actually in my life. So it has a beautiful, beautiful effect, positive effect in your life, in your health, in your relationships. So that's another important.
Wow, that's amazing. I totally agree with you, because forgiveness, as you have said, frees you. And you know that if you don't forgive, it blocks blessings in our lives. So forgive and you shall be blessed. Okay. Anyway, oh my gosh, be bold. Why not? We are so grateful that we were able to talk about these different values, and we hope that our listeners or viewers actually have learned from our conversation with Atala tonight. But we're not going yet. We gotta see who's gonna win our game tonight. As I've said earlier, we're gonna choose 2 winners. So let's see who the first winner is. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see. All right. So anyway, we'll see who's gonna win. But again,
these core values, honestly, I really encourage you to go and just kind of make a little reflection, what you need the most in your life at this moment. And also start applying, maybe one,
Yes.
Go one by one and just see how your life will be transformed. And also you're going to feel healthier because your immune system becomes stronger as well, so it has a
lot of health benefits too.
Yes. So definitely, I always say these are my 7 core values, but also maybe you need to just start working just one at a time.
One at a time. Every little act or every little progress is progress. You don't have to do all those 7 all at once. You can just start with one, and I promise you, believe me, even if you just start with one, it can affect the others. Yes, it can affect the others. So when you have so much love and kindness in your heart, you are naturally a forgiving person too.
Yes.
And you also are a kind person.
And can I tell you something else? Sometimes when I'm, for example, coaching a woman, and she wants to become more attractive, I say, can I tell you something? Just start applying these values, and I will guarantee you, people will go and look, who is this woman? wanted to come to you because you become more attractive in a very different way. So this is not only to just feel better, also self-esteem is gonna go higher, you know. Your peace is gonna be my peace is non negotiable because I know who am I. I mean, you're gonna actually sleep better at night because there is not something that is, you know, no resentment, no anger, no frustration, stress. Those also decrease, and sometimes you can delete from your system as well. So I can guarantee you, it's like minus and plus. Whatever gives you more, which is these values, start applying. Whatever takes away, you know, like as we say, resentment, frustration,
the negative feelings,
all the negatives,
negative thoughts,
totally.
Then yes, those will be overpowered by these 7 core values. And I know, as I've said, nobody's perfect. I mean, I am still working on those values, some of those values, but it's the thought, it's the effort, you know, that you want to do that will make you be a better person and apply all these values. Okay, so we're ready to pick the winner. First winner of the night. Oh, and we have actually a comment. Elena Toledo, good morning. How are you related to Christian? Okay, so let's see who our first winner is. Wow, congratulations. Ruby, you won. You won
Ruby
again.
Vergara.
Yes, thank you so much. And congratulations. And our next winner, let's see what our next winner is. Dun, dun, dun. All right, let's see. Okay, is it going? Okay.
No?
All right, yeah, we're definitely going
one
to draw
more?
another winner. But while we're waiting for the wheel of names to actually go around the wheel.
Well, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
It's been really, really fascinating for me to just be here, you know, to just kind of remember how we start with this program, how many things we have been encountered, you know, how many life transitions we have been embracing. And at the end of the day, life keeps going.
Oh, yes, definitely. Yeah. Yes. And, you know, I know in the beginning when we were conceptualizing this this program, remember, Atala?
Yes.
Like we had a
topics,
meeting.
remember the topics, how we're going to start, all those things.
Yes. And your place, I mean, kind of miss it because now we are actually doing more remote. Like our guests will just
Connect,
you know, remotely. And one more. Okay. All right. So we're going to pick the winner next time because we're at the end of the show. But congratulations to our winner tonight, Ruby Vergara. Thank you so much. Thank you for always watching our show. And please share our show. For those of you that are watching tonight, please share Lawin Media Network. Just tell them to subscribe at our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. And for every show that we have, you will be notified and you're not going to miss a thing. Please continue to support Be Bold, Why Not? And that's what we're here for you, to empower you, encourage you, inspire you, walk this life with you, even though we're not together, but in spirit we are. And Atala, again, for tonight, thank you so much for giving your time, sharing your beautiful story, and sharing those wonderful values that we can learn from.
It has been a pleasure to be here with you, MJ, with Be Bold, Why Not? And just to let you know that there is always going to be something that you can just grow, you know, from what you can grow. There is going to be experience that maybe they're going to be difficult ones, but as I say, when you start embracing these core values, they will help you to go through those life transitions, but with more peace, which is important to make better decisions in life. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for allowing me to share this methodology that I have been applying for years. And thank you just for being here, you know. I have seen how much we have grown, and I'm so happy because at the end of the day, we're sharing life, and that's what we're here for.
All right. Thank you again so much. And watch us again on Monday here. Be bold. Why not? Good night, everyone.
Lawin Media Network.
Bringing to you the most relevant content across all platforms.
Business, legal, politics, health, lifestyle, and entertainment.
Your source for all the news and updates in the greater Houston community from Texas and all over the world.
Get informed and empowered with Lawin Media Network.